Elevate TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Good morning, good day, depending on where you are tuned in from this Thursday morning. This is the Thursday Morning Digest, and we come to you live from our Elevate TV studios. I would like to request you to share the links on our social media platforms. You know that we are on Facebook Live, we are on YouTube, and we are live. Kindly share the links with your friends, with your neighbors, brothers and sisters, so that they can tune in to this show this morning, even as we discuss a very, very important topic, which is counseling as a support system. A lot has been happening, not just in Kenya, across the globe. And we realize that mental health has increasingly become an issue that needs to be addressed across board. And so the ability to be able to find a support system for anyone to go through the challenges that life throws at us is very, very important. And so today we have a guest in studio who is going to talk to us about the importance of counseling as a support system. She has been there, done that. She's been through it all, and she has leaned on counseling to get her to where she is. She's also a counselor herself, so she's also supporting other people so that they can become who God intended them to be. And so again, share our links, and let's join in our discussion this morning. So I want to introduce our guest who will take us through today's show. And this is none other than Pastor Eulene. Please, Pastor, introduce yourself, tell our viewers who you are, and then we can start our show.
Wow. My name is Pastor Eulene Murando Igobwa. I'm the president of Wellsprings of Life International. I work with vulnerable children. I work with children who have undergone rape or molestation, and I also do debriefing counseling.
Okay, all right. Thank you for coming to the show. I feel very, very, very welcome. And please, again, just tell us, why did you choose to work with children, maybe the vulnerable children? Because I know I've worked with children, just normal children who are okay. They are in their milestones and all that. And it takes a lot of grace to do that. So how did you end up in, a place where you're now taking care of and working with vulnerable children?
I ended up working with vulnerable children because my own child is a vulnerable child.
Okay.
She's a child with a disability called cerebral palsy.
Okay.
At the moment as we're speaking, she has been in hospital for over 1.5 years now because of having pneumonia and what comes about with that illness, which we had never known about.
Okay.
So this actually made me now start working with this type of children, because I came to see in society, even where I live, there was a time I was told to go and visit a place where these children are, and I actually saw women are really going through a lot, because these children, when they grow, you know their moment of motions, they don't know how to do motions like hug you or pat you. They just move. So you find a child is over 18 years, this lady is carrying this child to that place so they can be helped. Because you're looking for unga, you're looking for rice, you're looking for all this. Then again, these children can't be left with people. Cerebral palsy children, society says they're abnormal. Maybe it's witchcraft. So many women they've been left by their spouses because they believe that it's witchcraft. So you find this type of woman is stressed. So what she does, nobody wants to stay with this child. So this child is left in a compound, actually tied up upon, so that she can go to work and fed for this child. So this is what made me open my eyes, and then I was like, wow, even though I was feeling bad that God gave me this child, but I saw this a blessing.
Yeah.
Because once I've been with my daughter who's called Becky, I've seen wonderful milestones. Her smiling. Even though she's not seeing, you find she's smiling.
Yeah.
Even though she's not, but she's understanding you. She's loving worship. There are things when you look at, you see the beauty of what God has done.
Yeah.
So that's why I decided, let me come out, talk about them. Then I can even talk to these women and also talk to them and tell them it's not the end of the road to have this child.
Yeah.
This child is a blessing. They can actually, when you're with them and they receive therapy, they can do a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what I've come to learn. And again, spreading the awareness of cerebral palsy, because majority of them don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So you have to go through it for you in order to know about it. So I also speak to them to know about it. Even the medicines to have, why this is happening. Because majority of them are in hospitals, but they don't know why. And they don't even want to know how. They think it's a bother. Well, it is actually a joy.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So our topic today is looking at counseling as a support system. And I'm just curious to find out, so why did you get into counseling? Counseling people, you know, guiding them. Why did you get into counseling?
When I began, I said I work also with children who have undergone abuse, sexual abuse.
Yeah.
And I've been one of them. And this happened with family as early as 5 years of age. So this really affected my growing up.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're in a family of 8 and I'm the second last born.
Okay.
So actually when you find you're behind there, nobody actually hears you or listens
People are
to
tired. They have raised 6 others before you.
Yes, 6 others have, and your parents are busy, and your parents know that these big ones can take care.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're there. But they forget that also these ones are growing. They're teenagers.
They're children.
Yeah, they need their space.
Yeah.
When you get your children, make sure you have time for all of them as you're bringing them to the world.
Okay.
That's what I also teach people. Because it's nobody, like I have a daughter who's 20 and my cerebral palsy child is 8 years. It's not her responsibility to take care of this child. You have to tell her, this is your sister, so let's love on her. You know, there's a way you can bring it up. That's how counseling comes in. So why did I choose counseling? I chose counseling because I went through a traumatic thing when I was growing up, because this was sexual abuse with families, which I never knew. But now you find as you're walking down the path of growing and you start being aware of yourself at the age of 14, you're becoming a teenager, is when you start realizing what happened to me. Because now your feelings are overworking your body, because there's something that was started at 5 years that was not supposed to have been started, but now your body is giving way. Now you start having relationships. You even have guts of talking to boys. You have guts even of maybe having teachers or something, because that's what was happening to me. And it's like when you go through this thing, it's like the devil brings the attraction of these things happening to you. So you find wherever you are going, this is happening. So why counseling? Because I went through trauma, which brought a lot of drugs. I used a lot of drugs. I used a lot of cocaine. I used a lot of things, drinking, because I had not gone back to sort out what had happened to me. But you see, this thing was still, it's like it was rehearsing itself back to my life. But I had not gone back to the 5-year-old trauma to clean it so that I can come back clean. So by the time I'm in class 8, things are happening to me. I'm finishing my Form 4. I'm getting pregnant, a teenage mother. Because of my sexual urges and all this. Then it comes a point in my life, now I'm 19, I have my son. Then something happens that a family member sells me to a Cameroonian man again. So I am molested properly. Because I was locked down in a hotel for 2 weeks. I was actually sold at 60,000 to go and be put like a slave, whereby it happened. I ended up having gonorrhea, syphilis, and all this. So this is one person. So you find after this, that's the time all this woke up in me. And I started wondering, why me? Why? What is going on? How come? So what happened 5 years comes back.
Yeah.
It looks like at times it hides behind. So there's something that triggers it. You're like, Kwani, what's wrong with me? But I remember one of my elder sisters normally used to tell me, Eulene, you'll get married. I pray for you. I know God has something for you. That's why you've gone through these things. Don't worry, God is with you. And I would look at us and say, hey, will I drink? Will I go and sleep around? Or will I look at what she's telling me? Which God is she talking about?
Yeah.
Who is this? But I thank God for also the Holy Spirit, who's a counselor naturally.
Yeah.
Who counsels us all the time, even when we don't expect.
Yeah.
Who uses people, who whispers to people to tell you something that can actually align you.
Yeah.
So why counseling? That is why I did counseling, because I myself was a person who needed counseling.
Okay.
And that's why it has brought me to where I am. So I'm using myself as an example to help others, so they can see I am married, I am a mother. So nobody can say that as a single mother you can't get married. I am married, happily married, have my children, doing ministry, doing God's work, and enjoying what God has for us.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Viewers, I hope you're following this story and you're just listening into some of the nuggets. I think for me, even as we talk about counseling, I think the reason you're giving us for getting into counseling, I think it's something that perhaps will take me a long time to appreciate how you could surmount all those challenges and obstacles to become the help, you know, that people need, and the help that people, you know, can lean on in times of despair. But there are certain things you've said that I think I just want to highlight a bit. One is, I think the idea that children, you know, also need support.
Oh, yes.
Okay? And maybe we can also look at that discussion from that point, that children also may need counseling.
Yes, they do.
So, in your experience, how do you support children who need counseling? How do you know maybe this child needs counseling? And how do you approach it?
How do I approach it?
Yeah.
Okay. How do I know these children need support? You find when you look at a child, I remember myself when I was 5 years, a lot of things were happening to me at that time. The abuse was happening, but I was wondering, you have those questions of why, how. So I easily tap to a child who is, you find that this child is withdrawn.
Okay.
Number one, you'll find withdrawal. This person doesn't want to come near you, doesn't want to talk a lot, because there was a child who was withdrawn, not talking a lot, maybe even laughing, ha 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 ha, you're not happy. You're a child who is not happy. So you'd find this child is alone. They don't want to be near people. So you'd find yourself maybe bringing up games, trying to ask questions, trying to see what is happening, trying to see what is in this child's mind, what happened, where. And you'll find you actually attract your own. If you've ever gone through something, you'll find yourself easily knowing how to talk to these children. You'll put up games, you'll put up to understand, whereby you're putting up an open forum. You have to be very realistic and say, you know, at times you have to be actually clever. Yes? You have to look at it in a way that you're telling them, hey, unajua, at times, I used to tell my daughter, nobody should be touching your private parts. So you start singing a song, the person, the child is like, wow, okay. You know, vulnerable children, or children who have gone through things, when you talk something, mention one thing that has happened to them, they'll always sparkle their eyes. And that's when you know, whoa, this has happened to this child. So you start asking, now you start having that room. When did this happen? Maybe let's draw pictures. You know, with children, you go pictorial. With children, you go singing. With children, you can even look for an instrument. With children, there are a lot. There are a lot of things that we use that have seen happening, and it draws them near, whereby they even speak, and you even check, where are they staying? Is it happening where they are staying? There was an incident. I've told you my daughter has been over 1 year in hospital, and when I had a room that was next to another room, and I could see a child there, and I was like, this girl, what happened to her? I was just feeling. So I'd asked my husband, hey, there's this child here who is always just looking the whole night. So we actually found out, and we found out that she had been molested, but the person who was molesting her was near her, was even coming to see her. So you could find she's afraid, you could see her reactions. Then if she'd see any men, you'd find she doesn't want any men. But when she saw my son, she saw actually this son is staying with another child. Are you seeing? Children go with seeing, and then they feel protective. So if this boy is taking care of a girl here, I can laugh with him. So she began laughing with my son. But by the time we were trying to get to what had happened, the child passed on, because the child had really been used for so long. And it was horrible because it was actually her brother-in-law, which was sad. So we look for ways, and these ways are common, just normal ways, even playing, just playing with the child, bringing a doll, buying a doll. Just simple things whereby a child can see you're a friend. Not everybody is bad. And you know, nowadays even there's lesbianism. It's not only the other opposite sex. So there's also that, and also I went through that. Yes.
Wow.
So there's nothing that you can say it's safe. Everything is not safe, but we provide a safe environment for this to be handled. Yes.
So I hear you to be saying maybe 3 things. I'll try to break it down. One is we must observe our children.
Very much.
Number 2, that we need to provide a safe environment for them. And then number 3, we need to encourage them to talk. And we can do that in many, many ways.
Yes.
So that if that is not happening, then it means there's a red flag and we need to investigate further.
A very big red flag, because this is what makes these children, these things happen actually where we are. It's not far from where we are. It's your neighbor, it's your sister, it's your cousin. It's people who are with you. But if you put the plate of talking all the time, even to your own children, you will be shocked what you can heal a lot, and what you know what is happening around. Majority of us let our house girls do things, and also they're culprits. Yes. They actually they actually use our children. They actually mishandle them. You find your own child is not confident. She has no confidence. Because you're not there as a parent. So you feel that this is my manager who is working on my behalf, but you're not there, and this house manager knows that. So what happens when you're not there? So when you're there, it's pretending. Yes.
Wow. It's a wake-up call to us who are parents of younger children. Let's be vigilant about our children. So now I'm looking at, these children who are vulnerable, what kind of psychosocial support or counseling can we give them, so that now we try to help them? So there could be those who may have suffered abuse, which may be sexual abuse. It may just be physical abuse, where they're being insulted and all that. It could be bullying also, which may still be happening in certain environments. How do we then support these children out of that?
How we support these children out of that is, number 1, by being there, listening, having a listening ear. Always learning to listen, and always looking at what they're doing. Actually being a watcher. That's one thing we're supposed to be, looking out for them, what is happening around. And also being people who are listening to what is happening around. Like right now, what is happening with the crazy, where are your children? Like there's one situation that happened, a child was shot at. Why? Where were these parents? We come out, start saying, oh, my child was shot. Where were you? That's the question. Where were you? We're supposed to be watchers, we're supposed to be keen, we're supposed to be listeners. When a child tells you, my friend is Otieno, for example, and she's a girl, you should ask, who is Otieno? Check out, maybe Otieno is a 50-year-old. Yes. Yes. So we're supposed to be cautious, we're supposed to be confident on what is happening. We're supposed to give out a safe space. We're supposed to look at our children first time, because that's the first thing God has given us, our children. Otherwise, God will not have given you that child. So number 1, we need to look at our children as the first thing. That is our responsibility. Yes.
All right. Then still just speaking from your story, there's now the other group again. So we've dealt with children, but then now they're the caregivers of these children. So before we even go to the professional side, because you've dealt with a lot of children who are vulnerable, how do we support maybe the parents of vulnerable children? How do we support society or provide advice and guidance so that society is also able to nurture these children so that they can, you know, fulfill their purpose?
Yeah. Now, as per me, what I do is this. At times you can just give a hand. You can just even go to hospital.
Yeah.
The hospitals are open.
Yeah.
Like our big hospitals, Kenyatta Hospital, our normal hospitals that we work in, that don't have maybe enough nurses and all that. You can come in, even as an organization, and say you'd like to help. You can give diapers. There are things to be given, diapers. Also, just talking to somebody. Like I've been also for 1 year, over 1 year, and you find someone calls you and you're like, wow, it's a relief. I'm telling you, it's a relief. Even when someone just comes, I'm coming to see you, like, wow, somebody thought. They come because they don't know what you have gone through. Like these women, what I have gone through is this. You find that there was a time my daughter was in ICU. She was not able to move. You're being told she's going. So you're like, what? She's going. I brought someone in this world, she's going. There is you as the parent, there is your daughter you're seeing, and you're all being told at the same time. So it was looking, wow. That's the time you're like, okay, God, there's a God. Eh? And you remember you're a pastor. So you're like, wow, okay, you need to behave, you have to behave to your children, you have to look what. But with all things that are happening, you find that people, when someone comes and tells you, I'm with you in this, I'm praying with you, don't worry. Someone comes and says, can I wash for you something? Just these simple things. Can I just carry your baby? What can I do for your child? Yes. Can I massage? Because there's also therapy of massaging. Just taking some little oil, arimis, and just massaging that hand to show this child love. Because others are going through things that my daughter used to see, but now she's not seeing. But touch does a lot. Feeling does a lot. Playing an instrument does a lot. So there are things we can do that are needed out there. Just stretching your hand and saying, what can I do? As organizations, step into hospitals, step into places where children have been kept, like rescue centers. Just reach out a hand, give out clothes, love, fruit, milk. Yes. I've seen this happening where I am. I've seen Muslims do it, Indians do it, Christians do it. And it's so awesome. It has made us move to 1 year and we are still here. And you're seeing these children laughing. There are others even who come and bring people who are dancing, who are playing, just in corridors, and sing to them loudly, and the child just hears. Even though you're not singing, but the child is here. And this is what the children need. This is what teenagers need. We need to voice using their age. It's music, let's bring for them hip hop. It's internet, let's put it out there. Let's say children vulnerable, let's go and see them. Let's do a walk to give out wheelchairs, to give out things that hold their legs, the ones who can't walk. There are many things we can do. We can use even this as we are speaking. It's a good way. Thank you. This is a good way.
You're welcome.
Yes.
All right. So, excuse me. So, again, when we look at the psychosocial support, so there's the vulnerable children, the parents and the caregivers. What would be your advice, I think, for the caregivers of these children? I just want to pick that up specifically to address what would be your advice going forward to people who are handling these children?
To the people who are handling these children, because I'm one of them, and I have one, one needs to be fresh every day. It's not easy. It's not easy.
Break that down.
Yes, I want to break down. It's not easy because you're seeing this child every day and maybe you're tired. You can't be able to handle it at all, because I've seen those scenarios. Others are tired, they even beat up those children. I saw one who actually was stressed, depressed. And when he was told he was from Isiolo, he had been in hospital for over 7 months. He decided, I don't want, he would beat up that child badly and would wonder why. He would even go hide him in the toilet and beat him up there because he's feeling this one is too much for me. And this child is answering me. And remember, this child has been in ICU not talking. So this child decided to start talking. And maybe when you tell him, Kwenda uko, he tells you, Kwenda uko. So this one feels bad. Me, I've been here. Nobody has come to help me out. And all that. So what would I tell caregivers? Let's keep on being strong. It's not easy. Remember what you are doing. You're not doing for yourself. You're doing for that child who is not able to do anything, and you're filling in those gaps. Yeah. So because you're looking at the filling in of the gaps that you are doing, this child cannot go to the toilet. You're taking them. This child cannot change their clothes. You're changing them. You're doing something that is touching others. There are people watching you. Yeah. You don't even need to be watched because this is something you're doing for yourself and your mind. Yeah. Because you've actually put yourself out there to come and do it. That means there's something you have come from. There's something God has put compassion. You have that God has given you, that you're saying, let me return back to society. So as you're returning back to society and you're taking care of this vulnerable child, be strong. Know you're not a superman or a superwoman. Okay. Just know one day at a time, do what you're doing and do it with love. Yeah. Do it knowing that this child, if they come out of it, it will be an added plus for you. Because even you'll get a job. Yeah. It's a nice thing because you can get recommendations, even from hospitals, and get a very big job. It's not just what you're doing or you're thinking this is not a good job or it's not a job, why am I doing this? Don't ask yourself questions. Keep on doing. Okay. Because this is something that not everyone does. But you who is doing is giving love to someone who doesn't know what love is. You're giving something big to somebody who doesn't know what it is, and this person is feeling it. Well, you think they are not, they are, because they grew out of it. I saw there was a time my daughter went into a coma for 2 weeks in December. But the love we were giving, the songs we were giving, the prayers we were making, the feeling we were doing, when she came out of it in 2 weeks' time, she was just smiling. She was not seeing, but she has been smiling till today. So whatever you are doing is not in vain. You're changing a life that is growing and becoming something epic in this world. Okay. Yes.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So again, just on the discussion that is ongoing. So maybe for that parent who is completely fed, they just feel, no, I've reached the end. What's the solution?
Wow. The solution to this parent who is feeling the end is here. When your end comes, just begin again. Because you just have to brace yourself. Yeah. You have to brace yourself, because even as we reach those limits and we're like, enough is enough. But me, I thank God, it's me, my daughter, my husband. So what about those who's in hospital every day? Yeah. And the bed is small even. They don't have a place to sleep. Others are even sharing beds. We have even seen that. Others, there are people who have TB, they have what, and your child is there. What can you do? You don't, at times, you sacrifice yourself. There's something called sacrificing. Okay. And it's not forever. That's the beauty about it. Yeah. It's just for a while. When you have that in your mind and know it's just for a while, you'll have that support system to know it's just for a while. And then learn to talk well. I've seen this in hospital. There are people who like talking badly. You nurse, I don't know, talk to them well. When you talk to them, even them, they're stressed because they've been the whole night there, the whole day there. When you talk to them, they'll even come to you and tell you, we are seeing you, let me hold for you, let me go and shower, let me do this for you. Let's have an attitude, a Christ-like attitude. Let's have a positive attitude as a parent, because you're there. Nobody else is better than you. Wow. Console yourself. Okay. Yes.
Wow. Beautiful. I hope you're following our story. Our guest has an amazing story of transformation and restoration. And drawing from that, we are talking about counseling and why it is important as a support system. But we need to take a break right about now. We'll be right back. Please don't touch that dial. Just grab a cup of coffee, and then we'll be back shortly. See you after this short break.
Every man of God must remain focused in the ministry.
A pastor needs prayer, care, love, and encouragement.
You have to have a mentor, someone you can be able to obey, to love, to submit to.
What these pastors and leaders should do to create the right culture.
The most powerful thing a pastor can do to his people is teach them. Being accountable to an authority is not weakness, it's strength.
On Encourage a Pastor, we share real and authentic conversations that intend to give solutions to a pastor.
If there's a minister out there are character issues, don't push. Don't keep on ministering. You won't be fruitful.
In the body of Christ, certain wives have given up because probably they feel they haven't gotten the right leadership from their own husbands.
We need to learn to know our husbands after the Spirit.
I'm telling you, don't quit.
Catch Encourage a Pastor every Saturday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay, so thank you and welcome back to our show this morning. I hope you are learning a lot even as we discuss, and particularly for parents who are taking care of vulnerable children. This is a really important discussion that we are having this morning. And then again, I want to remind you, we are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube. If you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to share them. And in this show, we'll be able to look at them, and I will pose them to our guest who will be able to answer them even as we continue with the show. So thank you, Moses Okoth. Thank you for joining. And the many others who are also just tuned in, please send in your questions, your comments. We will be able to deal with them. So back to our guest, Pastor Eulene. Thank you so much for accepting to come to our show.
Thank you too.
We are learning a lot, and wow, you've gone through a lot. And we are grateful that you're sharing that story so that somebody out there can also receive encouragement, help, and strength.
True.
So before we took the break, before we went on the break, we were discussing about counseling and caregivers of children. But I now want us to move away a little from that and now look at, you are a counselor. What does it take to be a counselor? Can I be a counselor? Can anybody be a counselor? You know, we just want to have that discussion, and then we'll look at now, you know, the details of how somebody can reach a counselor when they know, or they should know that I really need a counselor. Yeah.
Okay. Can anybody be a counselor? Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, because you may think it's something simple. Yes, people think it's simple. Yes, people think it's the easiest thing you can ever do. Yes, you can do it because you think that you are intelligent. You know, majority of people think for you to do counseling, you need to be intelligent. No. Why? Why would I say no? I would say no because this counseling is something you need to put your heart out there
Yeah.
and also be ready to be on that level of the people you are talking to bring them up, to rise them up.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of work and effort.
Yeah.
And at times, even people who have gone through things, it's so hard for you to be a counselor because it's like others have not finished what they went through.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So in other words, it's really a journey that somebody has to take with another. And so you have to really soul search
Yes.
and see whether, even though you are a counselor, whether you are able to take on and work with this person.
Yes.
And then if you are not trained as a counselor, then perhaps you also don't want to just jump in and say, after all, I may not be trained, but I can counsel.
I can do it,
you
yes.
know. Okay.
Because
all right.
you'd ruin a lot of lives.
Yeah.
And it's good to also go to the part of knowledge,
Yes.
which other people don't do.
Yeah.
It's good to have that knowledge,
Yes.
that wisdom,
Yes.
that understanding.
Yes.
Because you need to be as someone whom someone can trust.
Yeah.
You need to be someone who is positive.
Yeah.
Someone when you're listening, you know you're not supposed to point at somebody. You, your situation, your what. Huh? You're not talking about those words. You,
Yeah.
how.
Oh.
You see? You're a listener. Yes.
Okay. Wow. So I hope you're following. Viewers, again, keep your comments coming. Thank you, Betty. Thank you so much for those that are watching this morning. Please continue sharing your comments. We'll read them in a short while. Okay, so not everybody can become a counselor, and
Yes.
people need to accept that. Okay, but now, how do I know I need a counselor? At what point should I feel, I think I need to talk to somebody who can take me through what I'm going?
Now, like me, according to my story,
Yes.
I started feeling that there's a gap. There's something that is not, let's say, normal.
Yes.
Because I'm going partying in a dangerous way. I would leave here, go to Tanzania, and I was with you here. You just sit with someone, you risk your life. You're with a man, you're like, hey, take me to Tanzania. Yes, I'll sleep with you. It reaches a point in your life whereby it's like even your body and your system feels enough is enough. That is the point whereby you're feeling like your mind is not there. When you're going to a pub, you just need maybe to take a drink. You're taking over drinks.
Okay.
You're teasing people. You're fighting people. There are those things that will make you, you're rude. You don't want people.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you some people you don't want, you don't have friends.
Yeah.
You don't need anybody. Even when you ask questions, you sneer. You're not happy. You can actually tell. That's the time you know, there's something that is not right with me. Because myself, I felt, because I started doing wrong things and adding on to wrong. No right thing was happening.
Yeah.
I've left my son with my parents. I am going and I'm going. Then wherever you go, there was negativity happening.
Yeah.
So nothing better was even happening because it's like you're full of negativity.
Yeah.
There's nothing positive in your life. And those people, you attract the negative people also.
Yeah.
So they don't even help you. Instead, they put you in dilemmas.
Yeah.
You find yourself, you're being sold, so you attract the negative.
Yeah.
So it reaches a point in your life, I just felt, this is enough. I have walked a lot, I have drank a lot, I have injected a lot, I have smoked a bunch. These things have not helped me.
Yeah.
But there's something that is disturbing me that I don't know about, that I need to talk about it. I was just feeling bottled up.
Yeah.
You actually feel bottled up.
Yeah.
That is what, that you feel disgusted with yourself. You've done a lot of things that your emotional body didn't want.
Yeah.
Psychologically, your brain does not want. You're feeling, I am dirty.
Yeah.
And then other people, you're affecting them because your parents are like, why? What did we do to this child? Why did we deserve this?
Yeah.
Your friends are like, I know this girl. People are rejecting you.
Yeah.
That is the time. God will always bring signs. Or you yourself, you'll feel that whenever you go in front of people, don't want you around.
Yeah.
So there's rejection. And that's the time I felt, I need. It's like you're in a bottle and you're saying, help!
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
That is the time I said, enough is enough.
Is enough.
This thing is not going. Yes, I was raped not once. Yes, I entered into wrongdoings. Yes, I was sold. It cannot change. Yes, it gave me a pregnancy that I aborted. Yes. I was used. I had gonorrhea and syphilis. Yes. Facts are there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what am I going to do with them? I even tried committing suicide twice. I took 9 packets of rat.
Oh.
I'm here with you, aren't I? Nothing happened. I never even went to any hospital at all. But if someone else is to try that, they would go within a second. One. So when you don't have a person to talk to, and you're yourself, you're listening to yourself, you'll have a lot of negativity and you'll do a lot of wrong things that will not make up for what you're supposed to face. Because you're running away from what you're supposed to face. Yes.
Okay. So, wow, I think that is heavy. But I'm just looking at, so it has to come from the person to say, hey, I need help.
Yes, it's you. It's your choice. You decide, because before you know it, you'll have gone around. You'll have moved because you're running from something. And this is something that happened at 5 years, remember? So when you're 10, you even forgot about the 5-year-old thing. So the 10-year-old thing has started. Before you little know it, the 14-year-old thing has happened. The 18-year-old thing is happening. The 19, you're giving birth, you're like, why? I've not even had fun. My friends are having fun. So you're having questions and wondering, this son of mine is even giving me headache. I can even dump him. I can even kill him. I can even... So all these things are happening, but it's because of the trauma that happened when you're 5 years. You're taking bangi. It's because you've not gone. So when you go to a counselor is when you'll understand, when you made a choice that I need somebody, I need to speak to them, because when your mother cannot help you, your sister cannot help you, this is something you have hidden. Maybe they even don't know. That person who was raping you maybe is around there. You can't speak. So you need another forum. And some people like us started talking to somebody when we were over 19 years.
Wow.
So a lot of mess-ups had happened, a lot, which would have cost my life. But who is God? Who are sisters and brothers who pray for you? Who are the friends who walk with you? Who just care about you from far? Neighbors who look at you and say, oh, let's love our neighbor. So I thank God for them. Yes. Because out of people who pray for you or who want good for you, positivity will always reach you. Even though you are negative, that positive mind will always be sliding at you, because talking has power. You know, when I tell you you're blessed, you feel it. Even though you're not feeling blessed, that day you wake up, you're like, wow, somebody felt I'm blessed, I'm blessed. So the positive vibes that we talk to people matter every day of your life. Yes. So through that is what made me decide I need help. And I needed a help that will listen to me. I needed a help that will support me. Not I go and talk to someone and they tell me, no, you are wrong, you're wrong. A help who will listen to me, because the first stage of counseling, you need somebody who understands you the way it is, as raw as it is. Even though I don't speak, you understand me. A person who is confident, not somebody I look at, I'm like, I'm the one who's talking over from this person. Yes. A person who is listening. Yes.
All right. Now, I just want to go through your journey. So just tell us, how then did counseling help you? Because maybe somebody is listening out there and they're feeling, maybe I've gone and talked to somebody and they didn't understand me, or they went and told other people, etc., etc. So they want to give up on counseling or help. So maybe you could just take us slowly to understand how then was counseling a support system for you,
for me,
that got you out of the trauma from the time you were 5 up to, of course, now you are counseling other people.
Okay, what happened is this. I sat down and looked at what I want. You know, the goodness of this era we are in, there's something called social media. So they are Christian. They are Christian counselors. They are debriefing counselors. And that's what I am. So a debriefing counselor works with you using your trauma as the main objective to make you come out of it. So you need to understand, where are you as a person? What do you want to be settled in your life? Number one, you have to have a meeting with yourself. Yes. Once you have taken, I want to make it as point blank as possible.
Please,
yes,
please,
as simple as
yes.
possible.
Yeah.
You have to have a meeting with yourself whereby you're like, okay, fine, I need to be helped. My things are not good. My things are negative. So whom do I need in my life? Your life is negative, yeah? So you need a positive person. What age of person do you need? How old are you?
Yeah.
Maybe you find I am 15, maybe I'm 18. So maybe I need a counselor who's around 30-something, maybe somebody who's married, or maybe Christian-based.
Yes.
Yes, where am I? Am I a Christian? Who am I? Am I normal? Am I at a workplace where they give all these services? So it depends, because the services are everywhere.
Yes.
So me, personally, what I did, I had a talk with my parents and told them I needed counseling. And they wondered, kwani anataka psychiatrist? At times, this child is like a mwendazimu at times. This child drinking, she's disturbing us.
Yeah.
So they are not the best people to actually talk to. When you're making a decision, but we love them. But those were our parents. But us, at least we listen and we know. Because
but there's an important point you make, sorry to interject.
It is well.
There's this concern, which is a very common concern, that if I say I want to go for counseling, you know, I'm running mad.
Yes.
Or if I seek assistance, and even I tell somebody, no, I'm enlisting a counselor to just help me process what I'm going through. People start sort of sidelining you. They feel, this
You're
one,
mad.
you know. So again, we'll talk about how we can deal with that. I just thought I bring it out so that I don't forget, because it's something that you've brought out very, very well.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's continue.
So you find that you need, it starts with you, what you want. So you write down. And then look at the people carefully who are around you. Because the people who are around you, majority are negative except your parents and your brothers and sisters. And maybe your brothers and sisters might be looking at you like you're a psycho because of the things you have done that they did not understand. Because they don't know where you're coming from. So you're the only one who knows where you are coming from. So you go online and check out, what do I need? Like me, I was like, hey, this thing happened to me at 5 years. Okay, there was a time I told my mom, and she was like, you're lying, Then I came and confided in one of my elder sisters, and she was like, wow, this you need to speak, this you need to say, this you even need to confront. And right now she's even a psychologist. Actually, she's a psychologist. She's doing her master's in psychology. She helped me also a lot. So by the time, but I was like, I can't go to my sister. Hey, how she will be judging people. When I mention somebody, she'll be like, huh? So I had to look for somebody. Yes, you have to look for somebody who doesn't know you. You will actually get the help you need. Okay. So if you're Christian-based, we have Christian counselors. If you're working with trauma, we have trauma debriefing counselors. If it's education in school, we have all these types of counselors. They are all their family counselors, marriage counselors. We are all out here. I decided I wanted a debriefing counselor. I had to really Google, you know, what I want, because this is what I was feeling. You know, I was asking Google questions. I am feeling this. Then it comes trauma. Oh, so it is trauma. Yes, something to do with my mind. I need my mind to come. So I had to look, and I actually got my solution. Okay. So and you can choose. You want a lady or a man, young person, older person. It's up to you. So I looked for a convenient person who featured my features, and I even went ahead and talked to them. You're allowed. It's a free session. You don't pay for it. So you're allowed to talk to the person and see, can I easily work with them and talk to them? So we have all these facilities, and that's why we are out here to talk to you and tell you we are here. We are listening. We are here to walk with you. Me, what I do, I walk with people. I don't say I know it all, because I'm from there. We are also healing every day as we are walking towards a goal of being in a safe space and trying to tell you whatever you went through, it happened, but you're still a good person, you're still loved, and you still have a future
Yeah.
You have a marriage, you have an education to do, you can study, you have children that you can grow, and they become more than what you are or what you were not able to do. Yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So again, now coming back to the question of counseling, psychology, psychiatry. What was your experience? Of course, you've told us what your parents felt about it, but I'm sure eventually they did allow you to go, and perhaps they have a testimony.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. So how was it for you with your peers, even looking at, hey, me, I'm going for counseling? Or is it something you just said, because people don't understand it, this is my fight, let me go through it, people will see the results?
Okay, let me put it in this way. There was a time I actually saw a psychiatrist one time because I had taken spirit. Because my father had beaten me, and I felt that was wrong for him to have done that and cut off my hair.
Okay.
You know, teenagers were interested. I was 14 years and I felt he has done bad to me. So you find in my life, because there are things that were hiding, I ventured into a psychiatrist.
Okay.
Who thought this child is losing? You know, psychiatrist is trying to see what is wrong with you.
Yes.
Do we need to inject you medicine?
Yeah.
Yes. Psychiatrist is, if you're not gathering yourself, we give you an injection to help you sleep and come back again.
Yeah.
You see? Now, that is where psychiatrist. So I just looked at this, and then, you know, people, normally we are just intelligent.
Yeah.
You can actually move away from a psychiatrist very fast.
Yeah.
Because you're like, hey, this person is saying I'm mad. Me, I'm not. Me, I'm okay. So I just went, I'm okay. Yes, I'm good. Yes. Your father did this. Yes. I've forgiven him. So think about So you find that when you go back to school, people are like, your hair has been cut. Why did your father beat you? Why this? Why are you going to see a psychiatrist? Are you mad? So your peers are like, hey, this one we can't do. This one has bad manners. This child is not. They don't listen to their parents.
Yeah.
You see now. So with peers, they find you odd and they keep off from you because they're like, what is wrong with you? You see, everybody's thinking you are. Because you are full of negativity, you spill over negativity. So people repel from you. Yes.
Okay. Now, I think from counseling, I think what would be the positive that you picked out of it? Of course, there was a lot of restoration, but what I think are the lessons that you can share that came out of that counseling session for you, or sessions? Yeah.
The counseling sessions really helped me to understand whom I was.
Wow.
Actually, I came to realize that I could actually separate what happened to me and who I am right now.
Okay.
It was not my fault. It was not my fault because I used to see this is my fault. Maybe it's my body. Maybe what? It was not my fault. This was not supposed to happen. But because it happened, there is a life after this has happened. And what do you do? What do you do? What you do is by looking at it as a way of, it can help someone. Me, that's how I started looking at it.
Okay.
This happened. I was raped. I can help another child not to be raped. Yes. By me speaking. By me being there, speaking out, going to televisions, speaking on pulpits, talking to parents, talking to mothers. Yes.
Okay.
So you find it is a point, counseling is a point that made me have confidence. It also made me understand myself. It also made me study. It also showed me that it's not end of the road. It is a beginning. Yes.
Okay.
It is a beginning for something, for restoration. For me to have knowledge in order to help others. Because without knowledge, I can't help the children, I can't help the youth, I can't help the adults, I can't help the married, I can't help others. So you need to go a notch higher. Counseling helps.
Okay.
It made me to be what I am today. I'm even here and I can speak about this. Not feeling, not crying, not feeling bad about it, but feeling restored. Every day I speak about it because I know out there somebody is listening and somebody's getting healed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful. Wow, what a story. Viewers, thank you for tuning in. I think I'll just read. Thank you, Moses Okoth. You're saying great topic. There's also somebody here, Betty, who is saying, wow, this is such a powerful occupation, being birthed from a powerful testimony. Indeed it is. Thank you so much. Keep your comments coming, even though we are just about to wind up the show this morning, and we'll be able to look at them. So I just want to maybe now, as we recap what we have talked about today, looking at your story, looking at, again, just tying it up to say the importance of counseling as a support system. What would you say in terms of why would we say counseling is important as a support system?
Counseling is important as a support system because it helps you to understand your feelings, your objectives, and where you are going and where you have come from.
That's a lot. So it helps you to understand your feelings.
Yes.
Helps you to understand your objectives.
Yes.
Helps you to understand where you are coming from and then where
you are going.
Wow. All right.
Yes. Once you understand all that, step by step, you are restored and you're fully recovered because it is a journey, it is a process.
Okay.
It's not a one-day thing.
Okay.
I won't cheat you. It's not a 2-day thing. It's not 3 days. It is a journey every day. But when you walk in the possibilities and being positive, it becomes easier. Your journey becomes easier as you're embracing. You're embracing, wow, I did this wrong. I would not have drunk. This would not have removed this. Maybe through this drinking made me a thief. I stole someone's phone one time. Maybe through this made me hit somebody so badly. Maybe through which was not supposed to have. Now I made enemies with that home, with that what. So it makes you walk and also ask for forgiveness. Yes. It makes you make things straight with your parents, with your people around you, even with the people, your peers. You start going to them and tell them, I'm sorry, I don't know what that happened. It's because there was something that was working out. Now you have confidence to speak about it because you're seeing this problem has gotten a solution. And the solution is me. By speaking out about it and knowing that I am not the wrong person. Something wrong happened to me, but I can make it right by doing the right things. It's not a must. I become depressed, I go to Madari. Because even Madari is a place for people to get medication and all that. But I can stop it. Yes. Not that the people who are in Madari are doing wrong. No. It's also a process that they are going through and becoming better. Yes.
Wow. Okay. So maybe one or two last questions. So what is the place of a believer who is feeling overwhelmed? Because one of the things we like to say, we even had that discussion offline, is that we depend on God. So maybe I don't need people. I'll just pray this away. You know, what would you say to somebody like that?
I would say this. Why did God make man?
Okay.
He made Adam and Eve. He made these people to come, and he made people so that we can relate to each other. It all started from the beginning. So we need to relate. That's why God brought man here. So you can't say you need God and man. Yes. So you need God, he brought man. So man is very important in your life. That's why we are talking. I need you. If it was not for you, I would not be here. We would not be talking about this. God put this perspective in you for you to bring this topic for us to speak. So you need man. So there's nothing like you need God. God uses man.
True.
Yes.
Okay. Well, viewers, I hope you're listening and you've heard and you're following. And if you have missed out, please go back and rewatch because there are some really, really important lessons that we can learn from our show today. So as we come to the end of the show, I just want to ask you, Pastor, if you could share a parting shot. This is your camera. What would you say to a woman out there? And we like to say women and the men who love us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would just like to tell women out there and the men who love us that counseling is a place to go and walk your journeys to fulfillment. That's what I would say. Walk your children to counseling. Walk yourself to counseling. No, counseling is not madness. It is a journey that will make you fulfill where you want to reach. All the goals, you'll make them. Yes.
Wow. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So viewers, that's all we had time for today. And I hope you have learned something. I have been your host, Laureen Magotsi. We do this every Thursday morning at 7:30 a.m. and we will do this again next Thursday. So please keep it Elevate TV even as we continue rolling out our other programs of the day. So God bless you. Until next time, see you then.